Hey Max Nation, it's all your favorite people. It's Rob here from Bedminster.
Hi, it's Jen from Arthur Kill and Sharris.
Mickey from East Brunswick.
And we're taking you through the ShopRite to show you exactly what to buy and what not to buy.
So we know that it's super overwhelming. You got an 8-page packet, right? Oh my goodness, all that food. Well, let's be honest, it's all here in your local supermarket. So we're actually going to just give you a quick tour of where you're going to find these foods and hope to inspire you to get shopping this weekend.
It doesn't have to be difficult, guys. Don't think of it as a problem. Think of it as an opportunity. So stay tuned. Woohoo! So tonight I'm making sausage, chicken sausage and peppers and onions. So those of you that know me well know that I don't want to dice. So I'm here in the pre-cut section picking up diced peppers and onions so that they're all ready for me. Just throw them in the frying pan. Gotta go get sausage and chicken sausage up next. Alright, so I'm making peppers and onions with chicken sausage tonight for dinner. We talked about that before. So I'm in the chicken sausage section of the meat department. We got sweet and hot. I'm going to pick up both because Jimmy likes sweet and I like hot. Make sure we got chicken sausage on there. Check out that ingredient label. Make sure everything is good to go.
Alright guys, we're still here at ShopRite. We came to the Rotisserie Chicken section. Another great thing that you can make when you're just on the go, you pick up a rotisserie chicken. Now, there's just a couple things I want you to watch out for. If you see this guy over here, this is a barbecue rotisserie chicken. This has barbecue sauce, it's got a lot of sugar and stuff. That's a no. So you just want to get a regular oven roasted chicken, or even here, there's an even better brand. This is a nice all-natural organic brand from Reddington Farms. It's wonderful. It has no additives, no any sugar, anything like that. Remember, peel off the skin and you're good to go. All right, let's talk nut butters, guys. Myself, I'm a huge peanut butter guy. ShopRite Organic is my favorite brand. Actually, we're gonna just turn it over for the back for you. There should be 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt. If those are the only 2 ingredients, you are A-okay. Now, sometimes you're a little sick of that peanut butter, you want to try something a little different. Almond butter, also absolutely delicious. This one, the only ingredient is actually just almonds. So, nice, healthy alternative for that peanut butter or almond butter. But you want to watch out. Let's turn it over to Jen.
Alright, so what we have is extra crunchy Skippy.
Oh, natural.
And what it says is natural. Weird, right, you guys? So we all
It's all
probably
natural.
assume,
It's good for you.
Exactly, Rob. So we probably think that it's actually really good for you, but in reality, when you actually flip it behind, you're going to read a little bit more than just roasted peanuts and salt. What you're going to see is, oh yeah, there you see it, you guys. There's sugar. Dun dun dun. So what you think actually was probably a good option isn't a good one. So let's just stick to the ones. Remember, they really should only have ingredients, 2 of which could be salt and peanuts, but if you can definitely find out ones that just have peanuts in them. So enjoy.
All right, so for breakfast, for me, it's eggs every day. I love eggs, but not everyone loves eggs the way that I do. So what we do is we can have oatmeal instead. Here in the oatmeal aisle, they have all these selections, but I want you to look for the ones that say steel cut on them. The Quaker guy, he's compliant. That's what you're looking for. That's how you're gonna get your oatmeal fix. You're gonna cook this, measure it in your 9.5 ounce container, and that's gonna be 1 serving of carb. Doesn't always have to be about the eggs.
All right, guys, so I always get this question and I always have to burst people's bubbles. So they're like, oh, well, can I have this? It's organic. It's still sugar, guys. It's still sugar. Or my favorite, I got this one. Oh, it's from coconuts. Coconuts are natural. They grow on trees. It's still sugar, guys. So if you see the word sugar, unfortunately, the answer is no. Jen will show you some compliant sweeteners in just a bit.
All right, you guys, so I know a lot of you are great bakers out there, but you also find these recipes where they have honey or they have agave. Well, I hate to burst everyone's bubbles because even though they are organic, or sometimes they'll say in the raw, if you actually flip them behind, you'll see that they have 16 grams of sugar for 1 tablespoon. Oh, geez. All right. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at some compliant sweeteners. So we have stevia in the raw. This is the powdered version, okay? Sometimes it's a little easier when baking to actually find stevia, the liquid version, so you don't have to actually make your own liquid stevia, which is a little tougher to do. So again, let's stick with those. Not with these, you guys. No, no, no. Sorry.
All right, we're back in the baking aisle. Somehow I got stuck with the chocolate segment of this. I don't do chocolate, but here we go. So first of all, we got unsweetened cocoa powder. This is really awesome to use in baking. You can also use it in your protein shakes. You want to make your vanilla protein chocolate, throw some of this in there. It's also great for that mug cake recipe. You put this in there with the other ingredients, making that chocolate mug cake. Another fun one are unsweetened carob chips. They're a great substitute in some of the different baking recipes out there. I like to throw them in my shake, a couple of them, to kind of give my shake a little something extra too. These are located in the baking aisle of the supermarket. You're going unsweetened on these guys.
All right, you guys. So this is Rouse homemade marinara sauce. It's sensitive formula. It's seriously our favorite. It's actually on sale here at ShopRite for $4.99. So we're buying like every jar that's on the shelf. It's like extreme coupon-y, but minus the coupons. So anyway, you guys, there are compliant marinara sauces out there, all right? But you just got to read the label. So as you can see on here, all right, let's take a look at them. There is ripened plum tomatoes, fresh veggies, again, olive oil, carrots, celery,
sugar.
and basil. So there is no sugar. I know a lot of you guys make your own sauce. You could probably make it compliant. Just make sure you take out that sugar. But again, this is our absolute fave. Absolute fave.
So what are Mickey and Jen gonna do with all that sauce? They're probably gonna have it on some pasta. So we're here in the pasta aisle. We walked all the way to the end where they have a nice little gluten-free section. Now, people see the word gluten-free and all of a sudden they're like, perfect, I could have it. They don't even look at the ingredients. But let's look at this one right here. It says it's made with 4 grains. White rice, corn, brown rice, ding, ding, ding. Quinoa, ding, ding, ding. So we want to look for something that all of the ingredients are compliant. So I picked up some brown rice pasta. As you can see, it comes in all different forms. Here's some spaghetti for you. How about some lasagna? Or even some elbows. This is fantastic. Now, there are 2 different ways of making it. On the back, it tells you the standard way. That way's cool, don't get me wrong. This way, on the front, it says easy and energy saving way. Now, I'm not an energy guy. I don't really care about saving energy, but I do care about good pasta. When you make it this way, I find that the texture, the consistency is much better. It is much like a regular pasta. Delicious and great with those Rayo's tomato sauce.
All right, you guys, so we are in the spray aisle. So yes, we are all cooking, right? So look how many, they're so pretty, right? Okay, the ones that I want you to stay away from are things like the canola oil. We all know that's a no-no, okay? So again, you're gonna see other ones that say butter flavored or vegetable oil. Let's all say it together with me. Olive oil spray. See, this is good. See, it's green for good. Green for good. All right, so again, because sometimes I know some of you guys don't want to use a whole serving of fat to cook with, so you can actually just lightly spray the pan and this counts as nothing. So spray away, you guys.
All right, we're still in the oil aisle here, so we're looking at some different kind of vinegars. Just want you to take a look at all of the different selections. We have apple cider, there's red wine. These are all compliant, so you can have some fun vinegars. You don't have to count them, and they're great on your salad. Next to that is your mustard. One of my favorite things to do in the entire world is to mix a Dijon mustard with balsamic vinegar. Just whisk it up a little bit and toss it on your salad. It's really easy to use, and it doesn't have to count as anything. Continuing our way down the aisle here, barbecue sauce, we'll stay away from that. But another great condiment to use is a Cholula. This is our favorite. I love it on my eggs. Another great one is a Frank's Red Hot. You can use that on different items as well. Buffalo cauliflower, there's a buffalo chicken recipe. Condiments, use them sparingly. What else we got? Safflower mayo, they're pointing for me. Safflower mayo here in the mayo section of this particular ShopRite. Other ones, you have to find it in the gluten-free or the organic aisle. And then I like to go for the reduced sugar ketchup. Another way to make sure that you're not taking in all of that sugar while you're using ketchup sparingly. All right, that's all from this aisle. Wait, I know Rob wants you.
Guys, this is how people get tricky. So people see this all the time and they're like, oh, olive oil mayonnaise. This must be compliant with olive oil. Look at that sneaky little word, with. With is a 4-letter word, people. So you look around, yes, it is with olive oil. But when we turn around, we look at it. Soybean oil. Oh no, we don't want that. Then there's some sugar. We don't want that. Potato starch. No, no, no. So just so you see olive oil, that does not mean it is compliant. You can make your own homemade mayo, but nobody has time for that.
All right, this is one that we usually get a lot. People think it's healthy, right? Organic balsamic vinaigrette. So you're thinking, okay, it's organic. It's also balsamic, so this should be a freebie, right? No. Turn over to the label here. You have different things in there. Soybean oil, sugar, some words I can't pronounce. Definitely a no-no, so we're going to stay away from this one. Or you're looking for balsamic vinegar. Don't try to get some fancy thing in a bottle. You can do balsamic vinegar, olive oil. Lemon's even fun to throw on your salad. Stay away from the bottled stuff. Gotta get that.
All right, you guys. So we are in the frozen section. I'm cold. Okay, so anyway, sometimes up on the sign it's going to tell you that gluten-free stuff is in here, but this one doesn't, so it actually says it on the top of the freezer section, all right? This is super duper important because a lot of your breads, tortillas, they're going to be in here. Why? Because they don't have preservatives, they're made from sprouted greens, so they will go quickly if they're not in the freezer. They do last for a very long time, so don't fear once you open the bag, they're still good. This is the Food for Life. This is a brown rice tortilla. I love these. I have a tendency to make tuna fish with them and make a little wrap. They're delish. You also can do, for some of those breakfast items, we have some of our English muffins. One of my personal faves is Ezekiel cinnamon raisin muffins, or you can actually do the actual loaf of bread. Sesame is an awesome one for lunchtime as well. So don't feel like you don't have any options when it comes to those normal lunchtime items.
Guys, with these bad boys, you could sprinkle some olive oil on them, paint them on, throw them in the oven, 350. You can actually make chips out of them. I like them a lot with guac or a salsa. Again, with that salsa, just check and making sure there's no added sugar. Also, you could put some stevia packets and some cinnamon on it. Have a nice little cinnamon sugar one with some mashed banana. Delicious!
Now you can also get brown rice bread. I would be not a nice person if I didn't tell you guys that.
It tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, it's terrible, you guys. Please stay away from it. I would really like you to save your $7.49 here. Now, I know for some of you guys, you actually live by a Trader Joe's. Keep in mind that in Trader Joe's, they actually have freshly made Ezekiel products. Same kind of concept where it's going to go bad pretty quickly sitting out. So if you want to keep it for a while, make sure that eventually within the first few days you put it into the freezer because it will start to get moldy and gross. Okay? So again, this is our trip to the freezer aisle. You're going to have a great time with it, so enjoy.
All right, so we're in the freezer section with the Morningstar programs. This is a product. This is a question that we get all of the time around here. Are these compliant? They have veggies in them. So they're not compliant. I want you to take a look at the nutrition label. Some of those things listed on there, we got corn, we have all these words that we can't pronounce, there's sugar. So even though they are veggie in quotation marks, there's a lot of stuff in them that is not good for you, including a lot of preservatives. So we're gonna stay away from these, not compliant. So no milk, no dairy. So people are, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to put in my protein shake? What am I supposed to put in my coffee? So I'm going to show you that your regular supermarket carries all these things. So we're looking for unsweetened options. We got unsweetened coconut milk. This one's really awesome. Unsweetened almond coconut mix. We have unsweetened vanilla milk, almond milk. Typically they have unsweetened cashew, they just don't have it right now, but you could find it. It comes in like a pinkish package. So there are things that you can be using. Don't think that you have to go to a special store to get them. They're right in your normal supermarket.
So one last thing, you guys. The biggest question is, oh, I missed my creamer. When? Okay. So they'll say, oh, well, what about this? This says coconut milk creamer. Isn't it okay? I hate to break it to you people, but what do we actually have in here? Ooh, dried cane syrup, another way of saying sugar. So unfortunately, although it looks really great, it's not. So let's again stick to that unsweetened cashew milk, coconut, or almond milk, all right?
So guys, we all know that turkey bacon is compliant, but not all turkey bacon is created equal. So here we have an Oscar Mayer turkey bacon, 50% less fat. This, you know, you're thinking it's going to be a great option. It is compliant. Don't get me wrong, if you have Oscar Mayer, you can eat it. But I just want you to turn and look at the back. Look at that nutrition label. So for one slice, you have 2.5 grams of fat and 2 grams of protein. Now let's put this bad boy to the side. We're going to look at this. This is Applegate Farms Natural Uncured Turkey Bacon. Let's turn it on over. for that one slice, you have half the fat, only 1.5 grams, and a whopping 8 grams of protein.
Guys, so here it is. Butter. Do. That's my butter dance. Anyway, so we always get a question about butter. Why is it the only thing that we allow? Well, it's really the way that it's processed. It's not as highly processed as some of the other dairy products that are out there. So yes, it's the only thing that we do allow you to have. Now, really what I want you to do is, ShopRite actually makes their own brand. This is unsalted organic butter. This is fine. Really what you're going to find in the ingredients are organic sweet cream. Pretty much it's just milk, essentially. There's really nothing to it. What I don't want you guys to do is, some of these vegetable spreads, people tend to think because they say they're organic or they have extra virgin olive oil that they're like super fabulous. But when you actually look at it, the first thing I see on this is, other than it saying vegetable oil, extra virgin olive oil, you'll see it has canola oil, palm oil, soybean oil. So it's like, why did you even call it olive oil? Because it's really not. So again, stick to your butters. I know people say, oh, I want to be able to spread my butter on my bread. Just heat it up a little bit in the microwave, all right? Enjoy.